Hello children, and thank you for joining us today. We have learned so much till now in all our lessons. We have learned about green plants. We have learned how green plants survive in different kinds of atmosphere where there is a lot of cold, a lot of rain or even very hot summers. हमने ये भी देखा है कि ग्रीन प्लांट्स अपना फूड कैसे प्रिपेयर करते हैं. Coming to animals. Animals depend on plants for their life. But animals की life में क्या interesting होता है? Animals give birth to their young ones the way we all do. Some animals lay eggs. We have also learned that animals, plants and human beings are all dependent on each other. Now let us learn a very unique feature about animals. The way plants develop special ways in which they survive in different kind of atmosphere, animals के अंदर भी ऐसे special features develop होते हैं जिनकी वजह से वो बहुत सर्दी, बहुत गर्मी इन सब जगह पे survive कर सकते हैं. These are all adaptations in animals. Now, these adaptations depend on the habitat of animals. Habitat क्या होता है? हम कहाँ रहते हैं? अपने हाउस में. Animals कहाँ रहते हैं? अपने हाउस में. House and the surroundings around it are known as habitat. तो frog का habitat क्या हुआ? Pond. Duck का habitat क्या हुआ? Again pond. So this is also different for different animals. We are also going to understand adaptations for food, adaptations for protection, and adaptations due to changes in weather. So to begin with, we are going to start learning about adaptations in terrestrial animals. Do you remember terrestrial plants कौन से थे? Terrestrial plants वो थे जो land पे रहते थे. Similarly, terrestrial animals वो animals होते हैं जो land पे रहते हैं. There is a variety of animals that live on land, as we will see in this video. There is the deer, the lion, the tiger, the cows, and so many other animals. All these have got very long legs and strong legs to walk long distances. They have also got a well-developed nervous system. Animals like polar bears, which live in very cold temperature, have got a very thick layer of fat under their skin to stand cold temperatures. A camel lives in a very hot weather and it has got very hard skin that protects it from the heat of the surroundings. As you can see in this picture, it has got very strong legs and very long legs. They help them to walk long distances and also protect from the heat of the land. The feet of the camel are very well padded and they are broad feet so that they can walk on the hot sand. A camel has got very thick eyelashes. These prevent the sand from entering it, and the camel can store all its extra food inside its hump. So now let us understand the adaptations in various aquatic animals. Aquatic animals are animals that live under water. The first important thing is that all aquatic animals have got a streamlined body. A streamlined body is narrow in the front and narrow at the back. This is to swim through the water current. They do not have a nose or lungs like we have. They have got an organ which is called the gills to breathe. These have also got fins. Now, these fins help them to swim in water. The tail of aquatic animals also helps them to change their direction while they are swimming. These animals have also got scales on their body. These scales are slippery and they do not allow water to stick on the body. Just like we discussed about the polar bear, animals like whales, seals and walruses, they have got a layer of fat under their skin and this layer is called blubber. This helps them to survive in cold water even at the temperature of -60 degrees centigrade. Can you believe that? Coming next to amphibians. So aquatic animals are the animals who live entirely in water. But what about amphibians? Amphibians like frogs, toads and salamander. They can live both on land and in water. When they are on land, they breathe through their lungs. And when they are in water, they breathe through their gills. They have got very strong hind legs so that they can jump very easily from one place to another. Also, their feet are webbed feet. So how do webbed feet help? Have you seen the swimming equipment of a diver? उनके जो footwear होता है उसमें भी webbed feet होते हैं. These webbed feet help them to swim. Now let us learn about the flying animals. These flying animals are called birds. They are also called aerial animals. Just like the aquatic animals, aerial animals also have a streamlined body. Remember seeing an aeroplane? An aeroplane is designed exactly like a flying bird. It is narrow at both the ends and it is broad in the center. In addition to these, there are certain other features in birds that help them to fly. The body of the bird, as I discussed, is streamlined. The bones of a bird are hollow, light, but they are very strong. Because they are light in weight, that is the reason the birds can fly so beautifully. The wings of the birds have got very strong flight muscles. Also, the heart of the blood is very powerful, so that when the bird is flying, the heart quickly supplies all the blood that is required. The tail of the bird, just like the tail of aquatic animals, helps it to change direction. अभी हमने पढ़ा था एम्फीबियंस के बारे में, जो लैंड पे भी रहते हैं और जो वाटर में भी रहते हैं. ऐसे ही एक स्पीशी होती है आर्बोरियल एनिमल्स की. आर्बोरियल एनिमल्स spend most of the time on trees, jumping from one tree to another. So Moro-like seems as if they are in the air all the time, and they come on land only when they have to gather food or have water. So arboreal animals like monkeys keep jumping from one tree to another. So what do you think will be characteristics be? Number one, of course, they will have a very strong grasping reflex, ताकि जब वो branch को पकड़े तो कस के पकड़े और गिरे नहीं. Then they will have very strong legs, very flexible legs, so that when they are jumping from one tree to another, they do not fall in the way. Coming next to the adaptations for food. हम बचपन से पढ़ते आए हैं the different kinds of food that different animals need. Let us understand how. So there are animals that eat only grass, like deer. These are herbivores animal. They have very, very well developed jaws for grinding plant material that they eat. Then we come to carnivorous animals. Carnivorous animals have got very, very sharp teeth to tear the flesh of the animals. So tiger, lion, fox, these are all carnivorous animals. Now what happens to animals like eagles, vultures, etc.? These animals eat the carcasses left by carnivorous animals. So they are more or less scavengers that keep the area clean. Coming next to animals like crow. Crow is also a scavenger. Mosquitoes, lice and tapeworms, these are animals that feed on other animals for food. These are all parasites because they depend on a host organism for their food. It is important to understand that animals are also fearful. जैसे हमें डर लगता है कि हमें चोट ना लग जाए, animals को भी डर लगता है कि उनको चोट ना लग जाए. Different animals have got different adaptations for protection. I am sure you would have heard about this bird called ostrich. Ostrich is a very heavyweight bird. It cannot fly, but an ostrich is the fastest running bird. Its legs are very strong. Its eyesight is very strong, And if an ostrich kicks you, it can actually break all the bones inside your body. Isn't it amazing? The second example that we are going to take is about wild bees and zebras. So animals like these live in huge number. They live in colonies together so that they are not attacked by predators. So a zebra will be attacked by a predator, a carnivorous like a lion or tiger, only when it is alone. That is the reason they always travel in groups which are called herds. You must have seen a very interesting adaptation specifically in lizards. If you chase a lizard, in order to protect itself, the lizard leaves its tail behind और वो टेल डांस करते रहती है. जब तक हम डांसिंग टेल को देखते हैं तब तक लिजर्ड भाग चुकी होती है. But what happens is the lizard is able to leave its tail and regrow it again. इस प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं regeneration. And regeneration is not only an adaptation in lizards, it is also an adaptation in starfish. कुछ animals बहुत tricky होते हैं. Leaf insect is an insect that is green in color. दूर से अगर आप देखेंगे तो लीफ पे बैठा लीफ इंसेक्ट आपको दिखेगा भी नहीं. द कलर इज एग्जैक्टली द सेम. सिमिलरली स्टिक इंसेक्ट इज द कलर ऑफ द ब्रांच. It will be sitting on the branch, but you will not be able to identify that it is sitting there. इस तरह के adaptation को बोलते हैं camouflage. Camouflage के अंदर जो एनिमल होता है अपने बैकग्राउंड के साथ बिल्कुल मर्ज करता है. जैसे हमने पोलर बेयर की पिक्चर देखी, वाइट बैकग्राउंड के ऊपर वाइट पोलर बेयर नजर भी नहीं आता. सो ऑल दिस इज कैमोफ्लेज. Let us now understand about the last type of adaptation, which is adaptation due to changes in weather. So there are two extreme changes in weather जिसकी वजह से animals को adaptation की ज़रूरत होती है. First is extreme cold and the second is extreme heat. So in extreme cold, animals like bears, they go into hibernation. Hibernation के लिए these animals eat a lot of food during the summer months. Even squirrels undergo hibernation, and during the very cold winter months they sleep. And the second example is if very extreme heat. जो animals desert में रहते हैं like snakes and ground lizards, these undergo a long sleep during the hot summer months, and this process is known as estivation. Sometimes क्या होता है कि वेदर चेंजेस की वजह से एनिमल्स को एक पर्टिकुलर जगह के ऊपर सफिशिएंट फूड नहीं मिलता, सफिशिएंट वार्मथ नहीं मिलती. ऐसे केसेस में एनिमल्स उस जगह से दूसरी जगह पे चले जाते हैं. दिस टाइप ऑफ अडैप्टेशन इज मोस्टली सीन इन बर्ड्स एंड इट इज कॉल्ड माइग्रेशन. इंडिया में भरतपुर सैंक्चुरी के अंदर बहुत सारे बर्ड साइबेरिया और आर्कटिक रीजन से यहाँ पे विंटर्स में आते हैं when here it is warmer. Now it is very important for us to understand that like human beings and plants, all the animals that we have read about till now have a right to live. इनको भी प्रोटेक्टेड रहने की फीलिंग होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी डू नॉट हंट एनिमल्स. As you can see on this page, the animals like cheetah, flying squirrel, armadillo, giant panda, gorilla, lemur, otter and orangutan, these are all endangered animals. Endangered का मतलब होता है जब एक एनिमल की स्पीशी का नंबर इतना कम रह गया हो कि वो कभी भी अर्थ के फेस से वाइप ऑफ हो सके. So it is very, very important that we do not hunt animals. We do not use products made of animal body parts. So children, in this chapter, you have learned about the different adaptations in different animals. We have learned about the adaptations according to the area where the animal is living. So thank you so much.